So here we have, again, I'll just copy this header and put it into data table. Okay. So table header will be data table. Okay, cool. Now we have a control called data table. I'll be quickly covering this data table as this is not that important. I can't say important, but it's like very easy to learn it. It's not like gallery. Okay. So same as gallery, we have right hand side properties called data source. If you see in gallery also, we have seen the data source connection we have to establish, right? Same way here also. When you click on the data source in the table session, okay, uh, here in the data source we have devices, manufacturers, and this one table query, right? So I will be going it and we'll be connecting the devices. The moment which we have done, right? So data source as a devices and top navigation, the items property of this data table has been changed to this one, devices. Same way, here also we have a fields. Just go ahead and add the fields. Device name, device ID, device type, manufacturer, manufacturer ID, memory. And you can add blah, blah, blah. One more thing you people has to observe that the type of the column here it has been mentioned. ABC means single line of text. This is a data type column. So different types of columns we have here. Just add it up. All the types of columns has been displayed here. Okay, that's the one part. If you want to change the order of that particular column, you can just drag and drop to the top. You can drag and drop to the top. So automatically it will get adjusted. So it's just a table of data. We have an option to edit the fields and everything. Whenever there is no data has been present, what the text has to be shown up. Remaining things as you people seen in the gallery, visible true, visible false. Remaining everything are self-explanatory properties like size, column, font size, and everything. There is no uh, very keen property as there, push and pop, layouts or something. That's why I'm not covering much in the data table. That's it for the data table. Just we can modify this particular column to here and there, and we can play with it. Okay, and we'll be using this data table to represent the data as a table. That's it. Okay, don't still your heads much. Just we are publishing this particular feature, data table. But we will be using this data table in the different scenarios that I will be showing it up. But concept wise, learning wise, that's it, the data table. Quickly, we will be moving to the forms. In forms, we have different modes of forms. Okay, forms. I'll say OOB, out of the box forms. Okay, I'll quickly bring this header to the forms. We'll be spending our much time towards the forms. Why? Because your 50 to 60% of real-time work will be towards the forms and gallery and data table. That's why I'm stressing much. Okay, so here forms OOB. Okay, cool. Out of box forms. Okay, cool. We have, so before jumping into the forms, I will be bringing my data source. Now my data source is not Excel, not OneDrive or nothing. My data source is something SharePoint. So SharePoint, where is this list is sitting? It's sitting in the Power Apps B3 SharePoint.com sites and Power Apps B3 site, and the list name is patch list. How to bring the SharePoint? From the left navigation, data source, otherwise from the top navigation, this data, just go ahead and add data. We are adding the data source to the Power App, right? So here, SharePoint. It's a cloud one, okay? If it's from the on-premise, we need to click here, but as of now, it's a cloud one, okay? It's a SharePoint online. Please adjust for my voice here. I'm not feeling well actually. So Power Apps B3 is the site. It automatically came the all the sites which I have the permission. If you don't have it's not listed up, right? Just you need to go and grab the site URL and put it into search window and connect. So I'm just bringing these two lists, okay, patch list and lookup list, okay. Means again table. These two tables I have brought it into our Power Apps making, okay. In this screen, I need to see the forms. We have out of box, we have forms. From the insert tab, if you see the click on the forms, we have two different controls, display form and edit form. For a particular reason, we have to go for the edit form only. Once after fourth class, I'll be differentiating and showing why we have to go for the edit form rather than the display form. But currently, what I can say, edit form has some advantage features when compared to display form. So I'm going ahead and clicking on edit form. So if you see, we have bought the forms control from the default controls. Okay, cool. So here we'll play with this form like anything now. We'll dismantle it. Okay, cool. So right hand side, we see form control has been created. We have here again data source or table, which table you have to connect it. Here I'm going ahead and connecting to the patch list. Why? Because in patch list we have created all varieties of columns. We are not hiding any column. Okay. Okay, cool. So these are the columns which has been came up. This is the form, right? Self-explanatory of forms. Okay, cool. In fields, we can go ahead and we can see all the forms. Please be on mute, people. Okay, disturbing for the others as well. Okay, cool. So here we have seen all types of columns. If you want to remove some column, you can delete it from the form directly. Otherwise, click on the form from the fields tab, go ahead and delete, remove. It will be gone. If you want to add up a new column, click the form, go to edit fields, add field, rating. It will be added up to here. That's what the forms control. First property is the table. Which table? Second property is the fields. Okay, cool. Snap to column, not snap to column. I'll just come up in a few seconds. So columns currently three-dimensional form it is. If you go ahead with the two, so two-dimensional it will be. If you go ahead with the one, it will be one-dimensional. So currently I'll go with the three-dimensional. Okay. So layouts wise, currently if you see your column name and the text box is next to it. If you go to horizontal, see column and the text box will be sitting in the same line. That's this property. But I will go with the vertical one. Okay. This is very important property of this column for this form. If you see new, view and edit, these are the three properties. You remember I have told the list, the table will have three different forms, right? One is new form, one is edit form, view form, one is edit form. That's the properties of this one. Single form, we are gonna use it as a edit form, new form and view form. Cool, right? So as of now, I'll go ahead with the new form. So I'm again and again saying your real-time work when you entered into a company, you were if you take your 1 month of work, your 60% of work will be towards the form, gallery and data table. These are it will be the work will be revolving between these controls only. Understanding these controls and dismantling this control, understanding each property will be very important. Okay, cool. So this is the uh, very advanced property you can consider. Fancy property. For each control, there's a fancy property, like that. For form, default mode is a fancy property. So remaining things you people, as you people knows, visible, position, size, this and all, it's very cool one. It's a default ones. Okay. Let's see. In this screen, when you expand it, there are two controls has been created. One is this label, which I copy pasted from the data table, and one more is the form. Let's expand this form. What is these things? If you see, for each column, we have a data card. Get familiar with this data card word. If you speak about a form, there is a word called data card. Is very familiar. You should get it. So title data card, multi data card, person data card. So every data cards are there. Okay. Let's expand that also. For each data card, we have four different controls inside that. One is the key, which label. One is the value, which type of that control, error message, and star. Okay. What is the star? I'll just quickly show it up now. So for multi, if you see, if you go and see required property, if you make it as true, okay, just I'll go and we need to, whatever make changes we need to make for data card, right? We need to go and see, if you here also, you need to go for particular the data card properties. In left navigation, if you see, we selected that particular card. Selections are very important. Which control you are selecting is also very important. So currently we are selecting the card. In advance, just go ahead unlock it. Then only we can do the changes for that. Okay. So I'm jumping back to multi data card. Required property, I'm making it as true. See, the star mark has been came up. For this particular property, data card, I'm going and making this required to true. See, second, it's taking a bit time to reflect it actually. So required property is something like when you submit a form, this property should be there. If people knows, right, the default explanation of true is required column, required property. Okay. So whenever I make changes to required property, true or false, see this one is getting changed. The star mark is coming up. From where the star mark is coming up means this control is visible and showing. That's it. Okay. So we have label control, value control, error control, and the star control. If you see the data card value here, it's a this uh, symbol is visible. Okay. If you see the third one, singular text, see the image for that particular control. Okay. Same way, go to choice, same. Okay. Go to date and time. See date and time, the image is getting changed. So you people has to understand the data card is collection of four controls. One is label, one is the particular control of type. If singular text means single, lookup means lookup, personal group column means personal group column, drop down means drop down, date is date. It's based on the column type. It will be coming up. Two more controls will be error message and star. These are the four controls. Cool. Okay. So this much understanding towards the card is very important for future customizations. Okay, cool. So how to change the position of this particular column? Now, if you go to form control, completely you have selected the complete form. In right hand side, if you see edit fields, you can change the position just simply by drag and drop. This rating should be second column. How we can do it? Just bring this one to the top. See, rating has been came up to the top. No, if I want to bring it to the down, just you can bring it to the down. Okay, cool. So we have got age, salary, and I need to bring it up the ratings as well. So I'm going ahead and adding the ratings column. Have we got already? Rating? It's not there, is it? Okay. Yeah, rating we already have. Three different controls. Okay. So how to next level of doing was now this multi-line of text column I want to be big text. means big set of column. We have like combo box kind of, right? Like it's a big set of column. How we can make it? So out of box way, we are learning now. Out of box way, how we can control. Go to that edit fields in multi-line of text. Okay, we have done this editing. Okay, so we'll be choosing the salary column. Okay, so here we have different types of controls. Currently, it's a single line of text, means just a text box. If you want to make the text box as so drop down, you can make it. It will be drop down. If you want to make this control as uh, multi-line of text, see multi-line of text. If you want to make this particular control as just a text again we can make it as a text. Hope you people are understanding. If you want to make directly the forms control, if you want to make some particular control out of boxly changing, out of boxly we will be changing the column type or text box type. Just go to the form control, edit fields, and you can change the control from the drop down. This is the default way. So quickly we will be changing this particular control, otherwise this title control, to multi-line of text. So expand this multi-line of column and change it to multi-line of text. See, it has become multi-line of text. Now this particular salary field, I want something like slider. See, we have something called slider. So slider property. I want to bring the slider experience for this particular column called salary. So we'll be setting the salary start from 15,000 to 20,000. Okay. I don't want people to enter this particular one. How we can do? Why? Because if you go ahead and see in the form edit fields, in this type, we don't have slider. We have phone number, email, drop down, text, and rich text, and these things, but I don't have a slider control. So we have to understand how to make this particular card. Any uh, any type of control we can insert for each data card. How we can do? There is a trick is there. Okay, form control. Go ahead and just check it up. The salary control. Just check it up. Okay, we need to select this one. Insert slider. It's asking automatically unlock and add. Why? Because these four controls are locked up. So just you are saying unlock and add. It's got added up, right? You have to copy this particular controls value, controls label, delete this control, open this one, paste it. Okay. And go ahead, address this error. Previously it is text control, right? Now it is slider control. So value. If you see, it's become as a slider control. The particular step which I have done now, if you Google for 1 or 2 months also to get this particular data which I have teach you people, it will be very hard to get it. So please keenly check it. Now I am changing this particular age control again to the slider control. Okay. So how I am doing, please check it up. Age control, I am selecting it. I'm adding up the slider. Okay. So copying this particular controls value and deleting that particular control, means deleting the text box and replacing that slider name by that one. We are getting error. Yes. Previously it's a text box. Now it is a slider. So from text to value. Okay. One more field we are customizing called rating. This time we are going ahead. We are adding up the star. So input controls, rating control we are bringing. Unlock and add. Same process. Copy this one and delete that particular text box control, change the name, and there is error immediately produced from text to dot value. So we have learned how out of box to change the particular control. So in your company, they are your client is saying you to change this particular columns type. First of all, you have to go and check whether that column type is there in the drop down of that column or not. If they're asking you to change to drop down, it's directly there. No need to change this particular action. If this particular column type is not there, then whatever the trick I have showed you people, that you people has to address it. Okay, cool. Now here, if you see, so column repositioning we have seen, right? And how to make a particular column required true, that also we have seen, right? Now my particular column has to be off width. So if you see, now I am dragging it, so it's becoming like only two columns. It took up the half of the space. So it's a three layout, right? If you see the form which we took, it's a three layout. Columns type is three, so three types of column. When I dragged it, I am getting it as one or two or three only. But I need something off columns, okay? So we are not able to do. That's because of snap to column is, just a second, I'll make it as a two, then you people understand. So currently two space has been took by one column, one space has been took by one column. So just I'll go ahead and make this snap to column turn off. Now I will make this column, if you see we are able to achieve that particular requirement. So with the snap to column off, we will be able to adjust to the whatever the size we can. Whatever the size we need, we will be able to do it. Okay, cool. So quickly I will be do the recap, whatever we have learned in last 35 minutes. Okay, cool. So we have a control called forms control. Why this forms control is required? Who is that? Yeah? Please be on mute. Please, I request you all people. Okay. Yes. So gallery we have seen, it's a representation of a data. Data table is a representation of a data. So whatever the data. For inserting data, viewing the data, there is a one more concept called forms. So if you treat a SharePoint as a data source, here we have three different types of forms. One is new form, one is one is display form, and one is edit form. So these three types of columns, three types of forms we have to understand. Okay. Now we are coming to the. I have created a new screen called forms, and it's an out of box form. Why we are saying this as an out of box form? We are using a control name. We are bringing a control and we are customizing the control, right? That's why it's out of box form. Now here I have used the forms. We have got two different types of forms, edit form and view form. I have clicked on edit form. I have created a form. If you see, I have selected a form from the left navigation. So complete form has been selected. Right hand side, we are viewing the form's properties. Which table we have to connect it, so that the tables, new form, edit form, and view form, we can see it. Fields. We have seen how to add a field, how to remove a field, how to reposition a field. Everything we have learned it. Now particular that fields, column type, how we can change it. So defaultly it was single line of text. How we have changed to multi-line of text, how to change to the drop down, everything we have seen it up. So I'm going with a multi-line of text. So to change the type, no, we have to first unlock that one. Unlock property, we have to do it. These are the things we have learned. If the client requirement is something like slider, ratings, these kinds of control, fancy controls from the input type, we don't have that particular types present in the particular column. Okay. If you see, we don't have that particular slider and this fancy control. How to make that particular control? That's what I have thought. For that, doing that particular complete things, we need to understand each chords. If you see, we have the all different types of chords, and each chord has 4 different types of controls: label, value, error, and star. Star, you people know how to bring it now. If you go for that particular data card and if you make the required property true, then it will be that star will be produced and it will be treated as a mandatory column. How to change particular data, particular column type or the text box type? The trick is, which I have showcased, was select that particular data card, copy that particular. Okay, first of all, we need to introduce that particular column, particular control, insert it, and copy that label value to that particular fancy control. This particular action which I have thought you people understand, this will be, you people in Google, it won't be visible. This is a kind of trick which we have learned over the years. Okay. Next, in your company, if they ask you to make this particular column up to second level or third level or something. Okay. Okay, so now they ask you to, I want Farid, you have to bring this particular column up to this much. How to do it? You need to select a complete control, snap to column empty, snap to column off. Then you can do this one. When you snap to column is odd, this can't be performed. That particular requirement can't be achieved. Okay. And one more way you can reposition your data cards was, if you see particular data card, you need to understand X and Y, X and Y. So Y is level, so 0 level, it's X is means 2. If you see the first level, oh, we have changed it, no, this particular value, so it will be automatically changed 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. Understanding? So this one 0, 0. This one, if you see X and Y, 1, Y will be 0. This will be X is 2, Y is 2. So you're understanding, if I change this particular 1 and 2, see what will happen? Y is equals to 1. See, that particular column has been came to next level. So this is also one more way you can change the position of the columns. I'm just pushing all the knowledge which I have learned over 3 to 4 years about the forms. In and there, in your real time, this all properties changing and everything, you have to do it. Okay, cool. Now this particular form is a new form. If you change to the view form, see, complete controls has been in a view. If edit form, complete controls in the edit mode. If it's a new, complete controls in the new. So this is the complete out of box forms controls customization, means we have seen all the properties. Cool. Okay. So now I am just copy pasting. So how to copy a screen and pasting means, see, duplicate screen. Okay. So now here I'm changing same OOB only. So now with the submit, we are submitting this form. We need to submit, right? End of the day, some form should be, work should be done, right? Okay. So this particular form, just check it now. I'm adding a button, and changing this button to submit. Okay. So this is out of box form. So we need to see some out of box function is there to submit this form. Yes, we have. So button on select property. So button on select. What should happen? You should define it here in the formula bar. So we have function name called submit form. The parameter is asking is form, which form you need to submit. So when you select the form is form 11. That's the name of that form. Just click it and close this one. Now just go to the play button, test one, and one more is what is mandatory. This is the one. Okay, submit it. Let's go and check the list whether it got submitted or not. So item has been submitted. Able to see, right? Able to see the item, right? Cool. So currently I'll make this particular column as single column. Okay. So one. Okay. This is a new form. This is a new form. Okay. Cool. So submit is there. I am merging the gallery concepts here. Let's insert a gallery, vertical gallery. Let's connect this gallery to the which item? Patch list. We have two items in a gallery, right? Two items in a list. One is test new, one is test. Let's go ahead and make this particular gallery as a display only title. So hope you people are clear now. Okay, cool. Just I am trying to bring this one here. Okay, this is a new form. All right. So for this new form, submit item is there. Okay. So I'm copy pasting this same form into one more. Why I am doing? Just bear with me for a few more minutes. I'll tell you why we are doing this one. Okay. So this particular form, it's in a new mode. This particular form, I'm changing it to view mode. Okay, cool. So whenever a form is in a view or edit mode, we have to pass the data for that. Data means item. For this form, this item property is there. Here we have to specify which item you should view, which item you should edit. For new form, it is not required. New form is without any connection, but view and edit, we need to pass a item. So what I'm trying to say, I will be giving for this form, for this particular form, gallery 3 dot selected. Gallery 3 dot selected is the item. So if you see, go and play. So when I'm selecting test item is getting loaded. When test new item is getting loaded. Okay, cool. In this particular button, I'll adding new form. One more function we are learning, new form of form 11. I'm making it very quickly. Okay, please bear with me. We will make these steps very fast so that I will be explaining you people in a very quick session. Okay, cool. We are adding one more button, copy paste. Okay, for this button, submit form. What is this form? 1, 2, copy and pasting it. And I am removing this one. Okay, cool. I have some sticky note. We have this coloring option. Just a second. Okay. I need to highlight the selected part actually. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Okay. I have brought, okay, I have brought a gallery control, okay, that we have learned in the first day of class. And we have added up the data sources patch. So all the items from the list which are showing up here. I have bought two different forms. One form is new form. You people know how to make a new form, edit form, right? Display mode is new. So that's why it's a new form. One more form, I have bought it as view form. So this property is view form. For view and edit, we need to pass a item property. So item property, we are passing as gallery 3 and selected. So that's the data for this data we are supplying for the view and edit form. Cool, right? Okay. Now let's submit few more items. Okay. So if you see, these are that error messages which are coming from there. If you remember, for this data card, if you remember, just go and see where is the error property. See, this is the error message which are showing up. Now you people understand why we have this error control in each data card. If that field is mandatory, then this error message will be coming on submit. Okay, cool. Test OB forms. Control Alt, Control C. I'm just filling up this data. Form C. So submit. Okay, see, new item has been added. Like that, you can add it up multiple items using this new form. See, able to understand what I am doing? I am adding a new item using this new form. The submit function is submit form of which form, and after each submit, I am making that form as a new form. Okay. If we are not making as a new form, it will be empty form. It will be okay. In a view form, we are connected to the gallery. So it's each time whenever we change, whenever we select a particular gallery item, that particular item will get loaded up. Loaded up. Okay. Cool, right? Now, this particular edit form, how we can make it as this particular view form, how we can make it as edit form, that we will check it. So go to the icon. Let's bring up some pen icon. See, pen icon. Okay. On select of this one, we will be making this form in the edit mode. Form 2, right? Just check this one. Edit form of form 2. Okay. Same way, display form also, we will insert one more icon. Okay, let's bring up this icon. So here, view form of form 2. Okay, just check the in action. So when we are clicking on edit form is loading. When view form is coming. So able to understand what we are doing. So this particular form with the name, with the on select of the items, we are changing that particular form to edit form, view form, and display form. So how many things we have learned today? Okay, just I'll make it as an Excel. Okay, means just a second. In this Excel, right? Totally, how many forms we have seen today? Like how many functions? One is new form and edit form, view form. Okay, these are the three functions which is responsible for the form to be in their that modes. Okay, edit form, view form, and new form is already we have seen. Okay, in submit function we have seen submit form. The submit form will submit the data to your data source. Okay, so these are the functions we have learned today, and we have connected our gallery to the form as well. Any doubts up to this one? Any doubts, any clarification? Why? Because we have dismantled the forms concept and we have learned different things. You people has to try these two screens as soon as, otherwise you people will be forgetting it. This particular screen is very important, and that too, this fancy control introducing is, you know where you will get it.
Yeah.
Okay, and how to connect to the gallery to the form we have learned, and how to make a single form controlled in different modes: new form, edit form, and view form. Okay, this particular control also I'll change and show you. Just see it. Copy, paste. But this particular control also, and one more button I will introduce was plus icon. Plus. Yeah, insert plus icon. We have bought it now. So edit the pen icon. I will bringing it. Same form. Just see how and all it will be behaving. So here, new form. Which form? This form, right? This form name we need to get it. That is very important. As a developer, we have to keenly we need to see. So which form? New form of this form. Now edit view form. So view form of this one. Edit form. Okay. The edit form of this particular form. Now just go check it in action. New form. New form. Okay. New form. View form. Edit form. Why view form and edit form is not displaying? No item to display. Why no item to display? We didn't connect it to the data source. Means some item we need to give it, right? So what we need to give here for the particular form, in items property, gallery 3 dot selected. Selected means self-explanatory selected. Now if you see view, edit, new, view, edit, new. So in view, whatever the item we select, that item is getting reflected. How? That particular form's item property, we have changed it. We have learned a lot of things today in last over one hour. Okay, about forms. So this is out of box forms control, out of box submit control. So tomorrow we are going to see custom forms. Each text box, each label, we will make our own form, and we will be in our own method. We are not going to use submit form. We are going to use some other function to submit the data to the data source. That is very important function name called patch. Patch we'll be using and we'll be submitting the form to the custom forms. So currently, whichever we have seen, it's everything is out of box forms, out of box controls, out of box way to change it. And one more way which we have seen was out of box pushing to the data source and getting from the data source. Any doubts as of now? Please try it out these complete things. I have shared this app with you all people. I have shared with you all people. Whoever is already SharePoint developer here or a Power Apps developer already working in the company, they knows this concept is very important, whichever we have seen till now. Gallery, data table, and forms. And this much deep diving, this much detailing into each code is very important for the developers. That also I have covered it. This app has been shared with all the people of this batch. Please, with the co-owner access, you people can open it and you people can view it. Okay. If you don't have any things, we can wind it up. It's 8 o'clock. Okay, I'll shoot. You people can use it your own lists. Anything else you people has in your minds? Please try it up this data, yeah. Please. Why? Because this particular we will be learning these kinds of things for next 2 or 3 days only. After that, we'll be going into deep diving into the real-time scenarios, data table, editable gallery, connected gallery, these kinds of learns. Okay, but learning towards these concepts is very important. Okay, I have to jump to another call. Okay, so if you people have any questions, okay, please try to reach out to me separately and get the answers. Okay, I need to jump into the one more call. Okay,
Yeah,
thanks people.
I pasted
Yeah,
one.
tell me.
I pasted one question in chat. So default minimum and
Okay.
maximum value for slider.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll address that one quickly and I'll leave this call. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
For slider control, for the stop control, these are the controls. Right? Again, as we have discussed in the first call, right? Controls, each control has different types of properties. Okay. That we can see it from the top drop down, right? Okay, cool. Just a second. Oh, it's loading up. Okay, quickly. Okay. I have to jump to another color, that's the issue, but it's fine.
No worries. We can address this tomorrow as well.
No. That's fine. It's that question we'll address quickly. So slider control, again, it's a control, right? So control means again we have be having a property, right? So here we have min and max values. So max, we can go ahead again for everything we need to. So max property, we can go up to 1000 also. So if you see min property, we can go ahead and 100. So by this we can, so age, we can go ahead and set the age and all, right? So same way in ratings also, min and max. So max we have, okay? So 10, if you keep 10 stars will come. Okay, like that, okay? Cool, I will address tomorrow quickly in detail, okay? As of now, please try to do this complete
Okay.
actions which I have done. Try to see different properties, different control, try to submit and everything, okay? Thanks everyone. Have a nice day. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, bro. Wow, man.